Miles with Deputy Faulk. We have Richland County Sheriff's Department Deputy Trevor Faulk with us as well. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you joining me.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Heard about your story from one of CAT deputy, Community Action Team deputy, was telling me about it, and I said, we need to have this guy on to talk about it.
Yes, sir.
You got a podcast, plus you run.
Yes, sir.
But before we get to that, something I didn't even know about this guy. We both work with the Sheriff's Department. Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, sir.
This is where he was born and raised, and so was I. Small world and
Yes, sir.
whatnot.
Yes,
no
sir.
question.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Glad
sir.
you're here.
Thank you.
So you run a lot.
Yes, I run a lot.
Yeah.
I run a lot. I run a lot.
So tell me about the run part first.
Oh, so basically, Miles with Deputy Faulk is a concept, right? And that concept surrounds one core belief, and that core belief is I'm just a cop. I just want to change the world through conversation. Not with a gun, not with a badge, but with words. And there's no secret. At times, there's a disconnect between law enforcement and the community that we serve. And I think that disparity only exists because of a misunderstanding.
Okay.
If you consider that a lot of times the interaction between law enforcement and the community is at a tragic time. Maybe they're a victim of a crime or what have you. So Miles with Deputy Faulk and me running Miles with Deputy Faulk is basically removes that aspect of it. You get to know the officer beyond the badge. It shows that we're more alike than different. And so it also combines my passion with running.
There you go. And we're all human.
Yes, sir.
You take the uniform off, we're just as human as everybody else.
Absolutely.
And so forth. We go through the same things that anybody else goes through.
Yes, sir.
So when you run, so it's not running in conversation, because you do that in your podcast. Unless you're really good and got the breath control, we can have that conversation and run.
Yes, we're actually running and talking.
Really?
So, yes, we're running and talking. And we'll run at a slower pace, so basically you can have a conversation.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much the concept.
And anybody's invited to come run.
Anybody's invited. I have run with law enforcement, ex-law enforcement. I actually recently ran with an ex-felon as well, who also changed his life around. And recently I also ran with cross-country chaping.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about the podcast, too, that you have.
Oh, so the podcast, like I said, is basically a concept. And I have to take a step back and also say that I'm a reflection of my leadership in my department, right? Sheriff Lee Online, who everybody knows, he's always involved in his community. And as well, he's a huge proponent for fitness.
Right.
But this concept actually derived. I actually work out with a group of guys called F3 Roost.
Familiar with them?
Yes, F3 Roost.
Christian base?
Yes, F3 Roost at Chapin High School. We work out on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:15 in the morning. And this concept was ignited there. We're actually working out, talking about how can we become better men of our community, and that sparked the idea.
This is awesome what you're doing.
Thank you, brother.
Seriously.
I appreciate it.
How can folks reach out and be a part of what you are doing and building?
I'm available on all different platforms, on YouTube, on Instagram, and also TikTok. All you have to do is type in Miles with Deputy Faulk, and I'll pop up. And if you also want to reach out to me on email, just mileswithdeputyfaulk@gmail.com.
All right, there it is. And it's all free.
All free.
Doesn't cost a dime.
Doesn't cost a dime, just time running.
Yeah, the fella that turned his life around, is he out going speaking as well and telling his story?
Absolutely, absolutely. His name is actually Lester Young. He speaks to juveniles a lot and about the importance of how a split-second decision, how
change your life.
Change your life.
My man.
Thank you.
Dude, I appreciate what you're doing.
I
Seriously.
appreciate you. Thank
and
you,
I know
sir.
the sheriff does as well.
Thank you. I appreciate
Miles
it.
with Deputy Faulk. Make sure you reach out to this guy and be a part of what he's trying to do, create change. And that gap, bridge it together.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what we do.
Yes, sir.
Back with more right after.